Welcome to Path of the Anointed, where the spiritually chosen rise and the truth can no longer be hidden. Today's word is not just a message, it's a spiritual alert. There has been a divine ruling in heaven's courtroom, and God is furious. They tried to break you, they slandered your name, they plotted in secret. But what they didn't know was, you are the anointed. This isn't just a season of recovery, it's a season of divine reversal. So if you've been crying in silence, if you've felt delays, betrayal, or deep spiritual warfare, this video is your confirmation. Get ready, justice is coming, and heaven is not whispering anymore, it's roaring. Let's begin this prophetic revelation. Stay till the end, it will shift your atmosphere. Part 1. They laughed while you were down, but God collected every tear. There were nights when your pillow soaked up the tears no one knew about. Days when you smiled for the world, but your heart was breaking behind closed doors. You showed up anyway, even when your own family looked at you sideways, even when your so-called friends vanished the moment things got tough, even when the people you once fought for refused to even check in on you. They called you weak, they called you cursed, they whispered behind your back, look at them, struggling, lost, forgotten. But what they didn't know is that you were never being punished, you were being positioned. Every tear you cried, heaven collected it. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. God didn't just see your pain, He honored it. Your suffering was never wasted. It became sacred evidence in heaven's courtroom. You weren't being buried. You were being planted. And now the harvest is coming. Because those tears became seeds. And the time has come for those seeds to bloom into breakthrough, blessing, and beauty. The very people who laughed at you are about to witness a plot twist they never saw coming. God is about to make your name echo in rooms you were once excluded from. He's about to lift you so high even your enemies will say, that had to be God. The delay wasn't denial, the pain wasn't punishment. It was all part of the process to reveal the royalty you were born to be. Hidden, but not forgotten. Crown broken, but not destroyed. Delayed, but now rising. If you've been feeling a shift, a pull, a sense that something big is coming, it's not your imagination, it's confirmation. God's justice is in motion, and your restoration begins now. Stay with me, because what comes next will make every tear make sense. Let's go deeper. Part 2. The backstabbers will be exposed publicly. They smiled in your face, all while sharpening the knife behind your back. Maybe it was someone you called family. Maybe it was the friend you trusted with your secrets. Maybe it was that co-worker you trained, the one who turned around and betrayed you for a promotion. Whatever their role was in your story, they played it well. Fake smiles, friendly hugs, sweet lies. But let's be clear, God saw it all. He heard the whispers in the group chats. He caught the gossip at the lunch table. He saw the texts, the shade, the envy. Even when you had no clue, you stayed quiet. You chose peace. You took the high road when you could have clapped back. Why? Because your heart is royal. Because your spirit is built different. Because you knew that revenge belongs to God, and He never forgets. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the rooftops. Luke 12:3. That's not just a verse. It's a prophecy being fulfilled in your life right now. The same people who lied about you will soon be forced to tell the truth, publicly. The masks are falling. The snakes are being exposed. The veils are being ripped off. And here's the best part. You won't have to lift a finger. You won't have to fight for justice, because heaven already issued the verdict. This isn't about revenge, this is about restoration. This is about vindication from the throne room of heaven. God is flipping the script. And when he does, the same mouths that cursed you will be the ones saying they were chosen all along. Get ready, because what was done in darkness is about to be blasted into the light, and your name is coming out clean, elevated, and favored. Stay alert, stay humble, because heaven is about to make a loud example, and you are the proof of divine protection. Part 3. The delay was protection. Now the acceleration begins. Have you ever looked around and wondered, why isn't anything working out for me? You applied to the jobs. You prayed over the relationship. You journaled, you fasted. You changed your habits, and still, it felt like every door was locked. No callbacks, no progress, just silence and stillness. But here's the truth. Heaven wants you to hear loud and clear. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. God wasn't punishing you, he was protecting you from the doors that looked right but would have wrecked your spirit. He didn't allow you to walk through certain paths seeking because he knew what was hiding on the other side. That relationship you wanted so badly, it would have drained your purpose. That job that ghosted you, it would have crushed your gifts. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 60:22. And guess what? The time is now. The divine go light just turned on. Acceleration mode has been activated over your life, and there's no going back. Get ready for sudden job opportunities, restored relationships, surprise checks and financial provision, creative ideas that open global doors, dreams you forgot reigniting with supernatural power. What would have taken others 10 years, God is about to do for you in 10 weeks, because the delay was only building your foundation. And now, acceleration is your confirmation. You didn't fold, you didn't curse God in the valley, you didn't quit when quitting would have made more sense. You stayed faithful, and now heaven is responding. You're not behind, you're not cursed, you're not forgotten. You're right on time for divine fulfillment, explosive elevation, and undeniable favor. And while you rise, your enemies won't understand how it's all happening so fast, but you will, because you know who held the clock the whole time, God. The winds have shifted, the pace has changed, and your life is about to outrun everything that tried to hold you back. Let's go deeper. It gets even more powerful from here. Part 4. Heaven's court has ruled in your favor. Every whisper behind your back, every time your name was dragged into lies, every setup, every trap, every scheme, they weren't just attacks, they were evidence, not against you, but against them. See, while people were busy mocking you in earthly places, something much greater was happening in the heavenly courtroom. God was reviewing the case. Your pain, your patience, your silence, your long nights, they were all on record, and now the final verdict has been delivered. Innocent, favored, chosen. Yes, heaven has ruled in your favor. Your tears, admissible evidence, your restraint, counted as righteousness. Your pain, weighed and measured, and now about to be repaid with supernatural justice, because the kingdom of God does not operate by human opinions. It is governed by spiritual laws, and they are now in effect, the law of sowing and reaping. Everything sent to destroy you is returning to the sender, the law of divine justice. What was stolen from you is coming back multiplied, the law of reversal. The last shall be first, and the broken shall be crowned. Your enemies thought your silence was surrender. They thought their gossip sealed your fate. But God was never out of the loop. He was just watching them build their own downfall. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23:5. And now that table is being set, not for revenge, but for revelation. Your glow is undeniable, your calling is unstoppable, and your anointing uncancelable. The very people who tried to starve your soul are about to watch you feast in favor. The gavel has slammed, the angels have rejoiced, and heaven has spoken. This one is mine. Case closed, judgment rendered, victory secured. So stand tall, chosen one, because your spiritual trial has ended and your public promotion is next. Let's continue. What comes next will shake the earth. Part 5. The Rise of the Chosen and the Fall of the Proud. We are not just witnessing a moment, we're standing in the middle of a massive spiritual shift. God is flipping the script. The proud are falling, the humble are rising, and everything hidden is being dragged into the light, exposed, judged, and reset. You've seen it. Big names crumbling overnight. Arrogant voices suddenly silenced. People once overlooked now stepping into influence. Truth emerging from shadows across industries, families, and nations. And guess what? You are part of this divine reversal. You're not here by luck. You're not rising because of connections. You're rising because heaven has appointed you for such a time as this. Your tears didn't disqualify you, they trained you. Your seasons of silence didn't weaken you, but they strengthened your spirit. Your rejection wasn't personal, it was prophetic protection. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Matthew 23:12. This is your time of elevation. God is pulling the overlooked into the spotlight. He's placing keys into the hands of the brokenhearted. He's giving voice to the silenced. He's handing thrones to those who once sat in ashes. And now, you rise, not just spiritually, but financially, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Doors you didn't even knock on are about to swing wide open because God spoke your name in rooms you've never entered. Emails, invitations, opportunities, they're already in motion because you passed the test, because you bowed low when others puffed up, because your spirit stayed clean while the world got dirty. This isn't just a shift, this is a spiritual revolution, and you are one of the chosen warriors being called forward. God is rewriting your story. The world is about to witness the rise of royalty, and the proud, they're falling. Not because you fought them, but because heaven made its ruling. This season will mark you forever. Stand tall, your crown is being placed in full view. Let's go to the final part. It's the most prophetic of all. This is not the end of your story, and this is the awakening. Everything that tried to break you only built you. Everything that delayed you only prepared you. And now, heaven has spoken. You are favored, chosen, and covered. So when the world tries to remind you of your past, you remind them of your prophecy. When people question why you're rising so fast, tell them, this is what grace looks like. Your name is echoing in places your feet haven't touched. Your breakthrough is already signed in heaven's courtroom. And your enemies, they're about to see God fight for you. But don't keep this word to yourself. Drop a comment below if you feel this was for you. Share this with someone who's been waiting on justice. Hit like if you know your season of elevation has begun. And remember, the proud are falling, the chosen are rising, and you are part of heaven's plan. Stay strong, stay ready, and never forget who you are.